So we were just talking about that big announcement on the street in London, followed by success in Manchester, going back to London, sold out shows there, incredible reviews all the way around, and now you're here in Toronto. Has it sunk in that you're working on something really special?
I don't think it'll ever sink in how big this show's got.
Yeah.
It's been a crazy adventure, just a wild ride. And to be here in Toronto opening is such an honor. It's amazing.
Feeling the overflow of support from all the fans and people who are new fans and people who are old fans, it's just a process that we're so grateful for, and we're grateful to ride the journey.
Andrew, I want to talk to you for a second, because I remember we talked once and you said that you were an athlete growing up, right?
I was.
You were an athlete growing up, and you had an accident, right? And then you had to sort of pivot and figure out find something else to do. Okay, I'm going to do some acting, right? And now you win the Joe Allen Best West End Debut Award at the Stage Debut Awards. And you beat out some pretty heavy competition.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Or I should say we did, because it was based on popular vote, so there were so many people who came out of the woodwork who were Jim Steinman fans, who were Bat the Musical fans, who were Meatloaf fans, and they all essentially voted for our show, believing that it was the best debut. And yes, we did get our name over John Boyega and Amber Riley and even Audra McDonald.
That's amazing.
So,
but you don't do theater in a vacuum. You hope that there's going to be an audience sort of reacting back to you. So the fact that audience took it upon themselves to get out there and vote as well, that's real validation.
Yeah, our fans are just wonderful. We say they're almost like another character in the piece, because they give us just as much love as we give them every single night, and we're very lucky to have such a loyal group of people.
To have this music sort of was born in the United States, and it sort of took root in this play in the UK, and now it's being imported to Canada. Have you noticed so far in as you've performed a little bit in Canada, is there a difference in the reaction by the crowd? Are they reacting to different songs? Are they reacting differently?
Yeah, they definitely are. Every audience is different every night, never mind every venue change, but definitely there's been a different energy. We're a bit closer to the audience here than we were before, so maybe we're hearing more of the response.
Oh, wow.
But people have been amazing.
there's also a huge reaction to All Coming Back to Me.
Yeah.
Which, when the introduction started, I went, oh, of course, here that would land. I was like, I see. So that's fun.
And what about in terms of putting the show on, the difference in the home, the theater that you're in? How different is that for you as performers? And are there differences to the show? If I saw the show in London, am I going to see something different here in Toronto?
You will. I think what's a beautiful thing about this show is it's always changing, it's always transforming in either major ways or kind of like slight, minute ways. And
can you give me an example of like a change that's happened over the course of the show?
Yeah, absolutely. We've cut whole songs, or we've made songs 2 times longer, or a song once was taken away for, I think, a whole entire run, and then when we came back to London, it came back in.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know, it's like cooking. You never know what you need.
What are the differences? Because I was there in that theater. The amount of effort that it must take to deliver these songs. It borders on the superhuman. I was blown away. I was gobsmacked, in fact. How different is it to get into a booth and perform it for the soundtrack?
It's funny. It almost takes the same kind of energy, because you can't really sing these songs by half. You have to commit fully physically and emotionally and vocally. So it's, recreating that for recording the album was, in a way, as exhilarating, as tiring, as fantastic as it is performing it on stage.
Is there something special about holding that original cast recording? All the music that we own now, it's in the cloud, but there's something about having that physical recording.
I know. I guess it's like you're on there. You're like, energy is somehow transcribed onto a physical thing that just feels so cool. Like a zeitgeist almost,
my most important question is the following. When all is said and done, and Bat Out of Hell is in your rearview mirror, are you going to go back to your old haircut?
Oh, goodness gracious.
I barely recognized you when I saw the picture.
Oh, really?
I barely recognized you. I've only seen you with this haircut, and to me, this is you.
Yeah. I guess it depends on what's in the future.
Yeah.
Whatever makes people happy, right? Yeah.
And let's talk about the relationship between the two of you, because you must have, when you met, you were strangers, and you've been together working really in an intimate way in a profound way for, God, going on how long now?
Almost a year.
I think the first time we met each other, it was the 23rd of October
last year.
And so it's
Really?
like almost a year,
Yeah.
and literally we were thrown into a photo shoot right away, like doing like shirtless shots and everything.
And what were you thinking in that moment?
Nice to meet you.
And now, how would you define and characterize your relationship now?
We're very lucky as a cast to all be so close,
Yeah.
and it's a dream working with Andrew because there's a lot of trust in that relationship there, and we've been given a lot of freedom in the show, which is it's so amazing to be given license to improvise and like play together every night. So, yeah,
It's also life-saving at times because there was one time where I almost slipped off the stage into the pit, and it was about like a 15-meter drop. So that she grabbed me. I'm still here. So
You're
it's good.
kidding! Oh
Yeah.
wow!
anytime.
Well, listen, let's be a little safe for him.
Right.
We've got great hospitals right up the street, though.
It's
so
true.
it's all
That
good.
is true.
It's all
If you
good.
can walk.
All right, guys. Well, listen, congratulations. Welcome to town.
Thank you.
And I just know that Canadian audiences are going to love this show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.